People, deluded, I'm back again. Now I was reasoning with a good friend of mine and we were talking about, and I asked him, what keeps you motivated? And he said what he said. Then he flipped the question back at me, people. And at first I couldn't really, I could answer it, but like he said, no, think about it. What motivates you? Get down to the nitty gritty. And we were speaking about it. We said, a man, I get women as well, but just speaking as myself as a 24-year-old black man, I genuinely believe as a male, you need to feel a sense of purpose. Everyone needs a sense of purpose in life, but I think you need a sense of purpose. I think you need to live by a code. You need to have, whether it makes sense to anyone else or not, you need to have codes. Like for me, when someone shows, I believe forgiveness and stuff, but I like integrity. If somebody shows me they're pagan and talks behind my back and stuff, I can not be friends with you, I can forgive it. And especially with this deluded stuff, I can't go around punching up, man, and doing certain things, as I'm sure you've seen with certain things. Like, I can leave it in it, but it's like I can't respect someone. Once there's no integrity there anymore, you show me a side of you, I don't respect it, innit? And mine's not to tell, I don't like to sit here and gossip. So that's two codes of mine. And I just don't argue with women or little kids or teenagers or anything like that, or old people, people in their 50s and 60s and 70s. I'm not saying you're old. They're just, I don't do no arguments. Like I was the other day on the train. Like I got on the platform before the guy, and he tried to get Larry, and I just said, "Shut up, man." Then he said something else, and I looked at him. I was like, "You see, it could be long, but I just want to go home, man. Let me just lie your wass." And it's just things like that, really and truly. So I think you need a code. You need a sense of purpose, and you need to find out genuinely what drives you. Like, I don't believe you should be driven by money and women, but if that drives someone, who is to say that's bad? I think it's bad, because I think that's guns and butter, really, like it said in Baby Boy. These are not things you can take to the grave. These are things that can go in it. Like, money can go in it. You can have all the wealth, and I wish I had all the wealth, because it's easy for me to say it with no real bread. But obviously we always aspire for money. But if you're not looking at money to change your situation or do better for your people, and do things, and you're just attaining money for the sake of attaining money and hold it in your hand and stuff, that's a sick drug, in my opinion. It is. And obviously, if you social justice people don't kill me in it. But speaking for the normal, speaking for people who just that are straight, yeah. Listen, forgive me. Speaking for people that are just normally straight, looking at women now. Who's to say why women shouldn't drive you? Of course we all like women. I like women. I like all different colours, shapes, sizes, all these things. Who doesn't like women people? There's not, for me, there's nothing better than, gonna sound crude, but it's not gonna sound better than a righteous back. Like a righteous back. There's nothing better than that, innit? If that drives you, if you wanna be a musician or, become someone successful in Canary Wharf or whatever, so you can attain women, or they look at you like, yo, he's a guy. I think that's fickle. I do think it's fickle. But if that's what drives you, what can I tell you? Because society has told you that's wrong. I have told you. I think it's wrong because of the way I am and integrity and stuff. But what's to say that's not right? Because what is wrong with that? If he likes to be a womanizer and, he likes money, well, what's wrong with that? Again, it's immoral. But who's to tell him it's not wrong? Within the guidelines of obviously doing stupid stuff, killing and other grievous acts and unspeakable things, who's to tell him that's not wrong? It's society telling you these things, because it is society who, I ain't made no mad amount of money, but it's society that tries to tell you can't attain to get something. It's society that puts these things in your head. And also believe in life, anything I've ever been told, anything I've taught myself, anything I've learned, anything I've ever believed truly, I've kind of had to accept one day, whether it's God or whatever's out there or something, it could all be a lie. This could all be a lie. Like, and I'm going to sound like I'm tweaking, but it's the truth, people. But back to what drives me personally, I thought about it. It's because I'd say firstly, it's because I fucking want it, people. Like, I really want to work in football. I feel like a superhero sometimes, people. It's like on the weekend we talk about football, we go on the FTV, I get the salute and whatnot, but then I go back to my 9 to 5. No disrespect to it, I like it, but then I go back to it, and then I'm doing stuff that I don't necessarily want to do, or things that I think could be beneath me, sort of thing. I yearn for that feeling. I yearn to feel alive. I obviously, like I deeped it today. I was like, on the weekend, I'll wake up at 6:30 and be full of energy. But if you ask me to wake up 6:30 on a Monday, I'll do it because I have to, and I've got things to do and I got to make videos. But it's a slumping thing. And I thought, why? I'm getting the same amount of sleep. It's because it's not what drives me. I'm a sort of person, but I've realised, like, emotional intelligence and understanding yourself with self-awareness, I can't do things half-measured. If I'm, obviously in life you have to, and you have to do things you don't want, but it's like, you see the uptake in something I genuinely want to do and genuinely something I don't. Whether it's not that I don't necessarily try, it's just like it's not me in it. I can't, like, I'm either full in 2 feet or I'm not on it. I'm not this half-hearted thing. And I say that subconsciously I always say no, and I think always I'd say what drives me is that and I don't really like authority. Like I respect people. I think everyone should be collaborative, and I don't mind taking orders, but I don't really like that. I'd say because I want it, like I said, I want to blow in football, I want to have some sort of industry, I want to wake up one day and do something I genuinely love and crave and never want it to end, sort of thing. I'd say family as well, obviously. Who doesn't want to buy their mum something nice and make, take away the burden of bills and do other nice things? And for me, what would be nice, if I break into some industry, I can bring, the man them in, or, someone can DM me, yo, DG, can you do this and that? Alright, cool, boom. Because I remember how it felt. I remember how it feels, bro. People, do you know the things I've done? Like, I've done the typical, because I know how it feels to see to see the dream right there and someone to just air it. Someone that could just, I'm not saying you want anything for someone, but it's just, they could do that and you're making advancements and just say no. And I've always found that weird. So I'd say that drives me as well, to be in that position where I can be a good person and let people in. And, because it costs nothing to help sometimes. It's a 2 little thing sort of thing. People click and you can do something. And I'd say when it came down to it, how can I make it make sense? I'm the sort of person, if you was all booing me, I say, yeah, boo me more, suck your mums, boo me. And pardon me for my language, just deluded thoughts. I'm never going to hold my language back. But I say, suck your mums, man. All you lot suck your mum, what? Do me something, innit? I'm a humble person, but by nature, if someone don't like me or something, I kind of relish it, sort of thing. I'm not saying I like it, but I relish it. You back me up into a corner, alright, cool, we might as well do it. We might as well do it. So I say, that drives me. And I don't really care if people don't like me or people think I'm a failure or people do this, because it doesn't mean anything. But I'd say subconsciously, it's not necessarily to prove them wrong, but it's like, alright, cool, I'm down, I'm at. But it's like I can hear them laughing. It's like, it's time to get up. I'm not losing, car. One day, I'm going to come to your yard and tell you, yeah, you remember you thought man was a failure in this thing? Look at me now. It's almost not to give people what they want. It's almost like the hate drives me on. It's like the love makes me really like... What's that saying? The love makes me unstoppable. The hate does something. I don't remember it, but the love you lot give me gives me a lot of confidence, people. But when I see the hate, I'm like, yeah, you said DG does this. You think I just thought, alright, cool, you're going to see a whole lot more. You're going to see a whole lot more. It's almost that. I'd say that personally drives me. And it's different for everybody. Because by nature, you wouldn't get it. But don't get me wrong, I'm not testosterone. I'm quite aggressive. I'm aggressive in my pursuits of what I want. I'm aggressive in, I've got a short fuse, really and truly, people. I'm very humble and quiet and whatnot, but I have got a short fuse. When I smell bullshit, I'm going to call it out, sort of thing. And I think that kind of helps me as well. I'm aggressive in bringing out vids, so there's consistency there. And it's because it feels like, I feel like Deluded all I have. Yeah, I've got a job and things like that, but that can get sucked away. See, it feels like Deluded all the graveyard. It feels like if I'm not blowing this thing, like I ain't got nothing, I'm not going to be able to get the life I have. I ain't no doctor, no accountant, I ain't smart enough for that. Like I can do what I can, but I ain't, certain journeys is not me. So this is the only thing, like literally my voice and me improving my vids and just Deluded in general, this is the only thing that's going to take me out the ends. This is the only thing that's going to take me out of 4th Street. This is the only thing that's going to allow me to do in my head what I want to do for my family and the life I want to live. So I guess it's almost like what drives me is, I'm not playing the same, because even with this YouTube thing, no disrespect to anyone, but sometimes I've been sitting around YouTubers, especially the more affluent ones, and you should always have fun on YouTube, but it feels like just a game. Like, they're not coming from where I come from. They're not going back to what I go from. Because that's the thing that always used to tick me off. Even at work, it's like, you get invited to some nice places, do some elite things, and then I got to go back to the ends. And I love the ends. Don't get it wrong, man. This is what's made me the person I am. But it's like, I got to go back to shit, really. It's like it goes back to the beginning. It's almost like you're stuck in a maze. You're like in a dream sort of thing. It's like you don't want it to end. So I say, Mo, like, I feel the only thing that's going to take me out of this thing is that. That's why I might come across as more serious and things, and people might say, oh, you put a lot of detail on your things. First and foremost, I make videos for myself. Like, I just do what I would be... All these vids that you hear, people, for years, I would just talk them with my friends or just talk them in my room to myself or write my own little notes and stuff. All these things you see doing, like... I can't show you that all because there's some personal information on this, but just by looking at this, is me and my lunch break, I'm like, you know what, I got to look at Gent, I got to look at Genk, I got to look at Lorient, I got to look at Cannes, I got to look at Social, I got to look at Gladbach, Basel, PSG, Anderlecht, Celta Vigo. I want to go and look at Southend's Charlie Kellman again. Do you see what I'm saying, people? Al Kask, I can never say, I can't do this pronouncing thing, but there's a tournament. Youth Gen, I want to go rewatch it. It's this sort of hunger because I genuinely want to do that, people. It's like I genuinely get pleasure out of doing that, looking at these youth players develop, seeing. I don't really care about unearthing the next one, but I like to see what's going on over that club, what's going on there. How did I miss out, but why weren't I looking at that? Why couldn't I? And I've had to understand I can't look at everything. I'd love to have a team, but I'd say that, man, this is genuinely it. It's like, I feel like this or the graveyard, man. So when I see comments like, oh, you can be presenter, commentator, you can be agent, you can do this and that, gives me pride because I've always believed this, but it's nice to see other people are saying it unprovoked. It's lovely to obviously get love. It's obviously lovely. I feel like I got the streets, people, because you lot are honest people like me. We're not decision makers. We're not directors and things, but you lot know good content when you see it. You lot come for the real. You lot know, it feels like I'm a hallmark of this thing. It feels like I'm the hood's Trevor McDonald or the people's, better yet. People. I should really trademark that. It feels like I'm you lot's Trevor McDonald, you lot's Sky Sports, you lot's Black Dharma Chef, really, the Sky Sports Donny, really. And it's happened by accident because I was just jumping on this YouTube thing as a means to it. And then I thought, I'm trying to be Coach Sky, I'm trying to do what I can. No one's taking me seriously. They're still not going to take me seriously with YouTube. But maybe if they see me come with some youth reports, me come with Arsenal, they could get a dose into how I think, how I see football. Cause people know this about me, people can say this, but that's one thing that's always annoyed me, this CV thing. Because if you was to ask me to write my CV, write my little thing and give it to you, I'm going to look robbed, I'm going to feel robbed. I can't really sell myself like that. But when you put me in my domain or you genuinely ask me, I can excel at this thing. And I think there's many people that have other little ticks or things that can bang for them and stuff. Like, for instance, you lot saw my niece the other day. Well, you didn't see her, but she turned on the machine. I make sure I listen to what she likes and stuff, and I try, like, because I like, you never know, like I've told you lot before, of a family friend who, his dad, he had a love for planes and that, and his dad would take him, because he lives down them sides, in Heathrow and all them sort of things, and seeing the planes go up and down. Fast forward many years later, he's a pilot. So you never know what you could do, just supporting someone's thing or guiding them in the right way. So like, my niece has, when she got a little interest, or I see her on YouTube or playing with toys, ask little questions or try and buy little things and provoke sort of inspiration, because you never know what could happen, sort of thing. Especially as the dynamics of how you get roles and jobs and whatnot is changing, people, which some people think is good, some people think is disappointing. For me, I just want to be in a position where I can help people. Like, I don't necessarily like these things where, your uncle is this guy so you can get brought in, but it's time, if I'm honest, it's time my people them start doing that. So if I could bring the man them or bring someone in just because I know the person, or just because it's my thing, or just because I can, I want to, because it's deeper than me, people. I want to, obviously I want to achieve all my goals and stuff first and do what I want to do, but along the way, if I can break people in, and then long term, I want to coach players. I want to get players from the ends that could potentially go another way, get them in academies. I want to help that, that guy who might live in, I don't know, whatever estate, who wants to be a coach or a scout, but he hasn't got the means. I want to be able to send him on that coaching course, or, it might even irrelevant from football. Football is, I guess, my little way I think I can help and do something long term. But that's just who I am, people. How attainable that could be, I don't know, man, because it is what it is. But I just want to help people, man. I want to accomplish my goals. I want to be, who doesn't want to be financially free and in a better position for themselves and their family? But I want to help people, genuinely. I want to help people, and I want to do it through football, but just even other things. Like, I know I keep saying football in examples, but I don't know, even if, say the man had a little girl and she wants to be, I don't know, ballerina or something, and there's no ballerina classes, or she's a talented ballerina, but she can't get into the mad ballerina school because, they're not part of that class, sort of thing. If I can make 2 conversations and, she's in, why wouldn't you want to do that? Like, and I think that's one thing I have a hard time dealing with society and humans in general. Like, why not just be why be a dickhead? Like, there's too many people in life being a dickhead. Like, there's no need to actually be a dickhead. Like, there's actually no need. There's no need, people. Like, some people just got to stick out their bum for no reason. And that's why I'm so humble. Like, I love when people are nice, and I'm so shocked when genuinely people are nice, because ironically, the things that are free in life, people don't have them. People don't have manners. People don't have integrity. People don't have, basic things, man. Morals, like, things that are free seem to be the most expensive things in this world. But that's what I've got to say, man. And I'm going left, right and centre with this vid. But it's my thoughts in it, people. So yeah, I like the Deluded thoughts because you get to see how kind of human I actually am, and because you see the football and we talk about football, but like, there's other things going on in this world, people. Football is my life, and I'm saying that. I'm watching football and breathing. I'd say 98% of my time is spent watching football. 0.2% is probably going to work, made up of different percentages, but going to work, having to eat, having to shower, having to look at other things. Do you get it, people? Travelling, basic things like that. Won't be doing much travelling because I think my work is going to, like everybody, soon we're going to have to work from home. But on that note, people, it's always a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out. Thank you for always watching, rocking, supporting. I'm out.